Hello everyone! Ullo! Hello. I'm playing Touhou today. Hopefully my volume is fine. Am I being, like, drowned out by bullets and really good BGM? Please let me know in advance, because I can't tell. Hopefully I've balanced the volume fine. But yeah, this is Touhou 11, Subterranean Animism, or Touhou Chireiden, Subterranean Animism. I don't know, like, the full Japanese title. It's my second favorite Touhou game. Very high up in my ranking of the Touhou OSTs. And one that I feel confident enough that I can beat in easy mode without having to use continues. Normal mode is a different story. Sound good? Awesome. We love to hear it. So, with that said, I might as well just jump right into it. Please be patient with me as I will be starting off with a full round of easy mode. Let me do something on my end really quick, just to make chat a little bit easier for me to see as I get distracted by bullets, because I will be using at least 90% of my brain power for this. But yeah, let's jump right into it, I guess. Game start, easy modo. It's in Japanese. I cannot read all of the Japanese, so if you're expecting me to do dialogue, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. Your eyes are already hurting. Oh, well, lucky for you, the demo screen shows lunatic mode, so hopefully you'll be able to keep your eyes safe until probably about stage 4. Anyway, I like to play as Marisa in this game. You can see I've already cleared it as her, as Marisa A. And that's who I will be playing as today. So yeah, the basic story of this game is you are going down underground to fight a depressed pet owner and her merry band of nuclear animals to keep the mountains and all the stuff safe in Gensokyo. That is like the super paraphrased, summarized version of this all. And yeah, if it does interest anybody, there's a nice series of actually fan animated content called Fantasy Kaleidoscope, which is, I believe, animated just by a bunch of indie Chinese fans, and it looks like a professional quality Touhou anime. So when people say, hey, Touhou, that's an anime, right? It's like, you're wrong, but also you're kind of right. But yeah, most of stage 1 is just shooting down a bunch of falling rocks and fairies that you just kind of grind for easy power and points. You can see that as I get more powerful as Marisa, she gets a bunch of little dolls behind her. She's actually essentially teamed up with Alice in when you play as Marisa A. So those are Alice Margatroyd's dolls. Here's Yamame Kurodani. She's a little spider girl. And a very easy first stage easy boss. Hopefully I don't like choke and eat my words soon after saying that. I'm already kind of holding down shift to focus more than I usually do, because that's the nerves getting to me. Oh, Mari Alice is like one of the biggest Touhou ships of all time, and that is partially thanks to the hit Eos's classic Marisa Stole the Precious Thing. You know, way back from the mid-2000s, they wrote hit meme song that has been parodied more than you can ever imagine. Is actually how I got into Touhou. You might recognize it as something that goes like Kirai, Kirai, loving da 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 da. You know that song? a really good song, actually. I don't really listen to Eosis much nowadays because they kind of leaned a little bit too far into the goofy meme songs, but I do like a lot of their older tracks. Alright, stage 2. We're about to go fight a severely jealous, depressed little bridge goblin. Parsi. I love Parsi. I really like the Touhou tracks that are like a little more chill like this stage too. Really good music to concentrate to, so now that all of Zun's discography is on Spotify, it's just like, ever need something to concentrate to, just whip out the playlist of all of it and, you know, kick back and focus on what you're doing. Been a godsend that it's all available in one spot now. Full power, let's go. The nice thing about this specific part in easy mode is you just, you know, shift focus, wiggle around back and forth, and you can usually knock these dudes out before they start shooting bullets at you. Parsi, my girl! Alright, this card I'm pretty bad at getting around the flowers, so I'll cheese it and go around. Because she does aim directly for you. Technically, you're supposed to do this card by just weaving back around the bullets, like in between all the flower bullets, but I'm not usually graceful enough for that. Ooh, extra life though, that's good. Alright, this card, you need to be a bit careful where you're shooting, because if you shoot at the one that's putting out the big green bullets, that's like a false Parsi, and if you, the more you shoot at her, the more bullets she will shoot out. This is another really easy card, where she just kind of aims directly for you, and if you use the sound cues right, you can just, you know, nudge over to the side before she starts shooting, and then just kind of go back right in front of her. Gets you every time. On to stage 3. If you like muscular anime women, this is the stage for you. This is the Touhou character for you. You're gonna go fight Yugi. One of several drunk Oni in this series of games. This is one of the occasional stages where the boss just kind of stays with you through the entire stage, for better or worse. But she's just looking for a fight, and we're gonna give it to her. Extend. Alright, and on to the actual boss fight. Usually I try to dodge these little, like, loopy ones before they turn into, like, the big full-on bullets. Because what those bullets will do is they'll start to follow you the longer the spell card goes on. And you don't want that to happen. That's just more shit you need to dodge. Now here's a card that I hate. You'll find very fast that I really dislike all of these really big bullets, and it's because I still struggle to read what the hitbox on them is. Really, you can get away with being in the white area to them, and once you touch the colored inner part is when it will get you, but I still choke all the time with them. It's not good. Okay, now here's a card that will probably always get newer players off guard if you don't see, like, that last wave of bullets coming. Especially with this next blast. Yeah, good luck dodging that if you think to, like, you know, if you're a screen hugger and you're right around the edges. Right, stage 4, and one of my favorite themes in Touhou, Heartfelt Fancy. Time to fight the cat. Time to fight the cat again. Everyone's favorite pet owner with tiny arms, Miss Satori Komeji. Yeah, when people make fun of Zun's art, she's usually one of the first characters they'll check off with her tiny, unfortunate arms. Don't get me wrong, Zun's art, I love it, it's charming. Now the key to this card is you want to kind of stay in place for as long as you really need to keep, like, the lasers from spinning around. The more you can gather them up, the least area they'll take up when they go off, and just makes them easier to dodge. One neat thing about Satori's boss fight is it actually will change depending on which character and which selection of said character you use. Like her cards will change, and I haven't, quite frankly, memorized all of her different spell cards quite yet. In fact, when it comes to playing Reimu, I usually do pretty bad at this fight. But I've played Marisa A so much that I just kind of, I know pretty much what's going on. Time for some explosions. Stage 4 down. Now this is a stage that I, quite honestly, used to struggle quite a lot at, even on easy mode. So the first time I ever, cleared this, specifically deathless, without taking any hits, that was a big day for me. It's like, Touhou is a hard game, even on its easiest mode. I know a lot of hardcore players will joke around like, haha, you play easy mode? You're such a baby, but no, yeah, I need that, good mix of it being fun and being able to see my progress, even if it means starting from, baby steps on easy mode. So, despite this game's difficulty, I do recommend it to people who, want to try getting into bullet hells. In fact, I'd recommend, probably the newest one, Unconnected Marketeers, as a nice place to start, because it kind of has, a power-up system built into it, where you can make your character more powerful as the stages go on, not purely through the power-up cards. Good mentality for games in general, yeah. I'll be honest, I kind of get freaked out by a lot of games purely by, the hardcore players and all of that stuff. And it's like, I just want to have fun. I will fully admit that I'm not too great at a lot of video games, purely because I haven't been able to play a lot of video games. So, to be able to kind of start from scratch and grow, see the improvement, it's a nice feeling. It's like, I hope that other people, will be able to cheer new players on. It's always a good feeling. We all start somewhere, This is the part of the stage where I like to say second verse, same as the first, because we start to see a lot of, repeating bullet patterns that we've already gone through earlier in the stage, so, yeah. All these stupid blue bullets trying to follow me around the screen, but once you kind of see through the pattern, it gets a lot easier to dodge. Got... Okay, that was kind of funny. That's fine, I've still got plenty of lives. You can see next to the player on the screen, all of those stars, those are my lives that I've accumulated over playing this. Sorry, that was just a funny place to die anyway. I could have fully dodged that. I just, you know, had a little brain stink. It happens. Anyway, time to fight the cat. Orion and Houdin, be of good cheer. Fully stocked up on lives again anyway. The one thing I do admittedly kind of dislike about Subterranean Animism, and I think this happens in Mountain of Faith too, the game right before this, is that your bombs are tied to your power. So if I were to use a bomb, I'd actually be making my character weaker. Like, you will get some power back after doing it, but I just find it a bit annoying, especially compared to a lot of the other games where it's like you'll accumulate, gosh darn it, you'll accumulate your bombs separately from the power, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm starting to joke, I'll admit that. I can do better than this. Though, to be honest, I'm not used to talking as I play a bullet hell. Final spell card. There we go. I'm just gonna pause for a hot second. I see some stinkers in the YouTube chat. We love some bots. Okay. Back to gaming. Oh yeah, for Touhou, you really do need to be focused, which I am clearly not 100% focused right now. Anyway, final stage. Here we go. Going to fight an underground nuclear bird. So Utsuo's design is probably, admittedly, one of my favorites. Despite what I said earlier about Satori and her tiny arms, Zun does have a good eye for, you know, in theory, character design. You know, aside from when he gives the characters short arms or 2 left hands or what have you. Nico, I love you, but why are your hands like that? Okay, I love this part. It's so simple, but it's so fun. You just go back and forth, and they get faster. I love that. I just love that. Oh, Hello, Lemonade. Welcome. Playing one of my favorite games. My second favorite Touhou game, but Touhou as a whole is one of my favorite game series. My first favorite game is actually Imperishable Night, but as I brought up on yesterday's debut stream, that is not currently available on Steam, and I don't feel comfortable playing pirated games, so yeah. Anyway, here's my girl Oku, or Utsuo, whichever name you prefer to refer to her as. It's like, that's so cool. She's just a bird girl with a giant eyeball in her chest. That's so cool. And like a nuclear cannon for an arm. Yeah. Look, you don't need to know anything about Touhou to enjoy Touhou the way I see it. There are plenty of people who, when checking out Touhou stuff, like, they're purely here for, like, the music, or just for the art of the girls, or even just the fan games. There are plenty of people who play, like, the derivative games without ever playing any of the main titles, which is totally fair in my books. For those of you who don't really know anything about Touhou, it has, like, a massive presence, especially over in Japan, where they have, like, entire, like, conventions, like Raidasai, just purely dedicated to Touhou, which is so cool because the entire series basically spawned off of Zun just wanting an outlet for his music, which is why the music in the games is so darn good. And he's been making these games since, like, he's been making these games since, like, the early 90s, I think. He started then when he was in college, I believe, if I have my Zun lore correct. And yeah, they're really good. I highly recommend. Even if you just want to listen to the music. Anyway, here come the nukes. Yeah, this is probably also one of my favorite final boss fights in, like, the entire series. I just love the sounds for it. I love the spell patterns, the cards, all of, like, the giant explosive bullets. I find it to be a lot of fun. And there's, like, you'll see later on, like, the game will, like, try to pull you in different directions. You have to, like, fight the physics of the game. Oh, it's so good. It really is mesmerizing. Probably can't really see it through the cards here, but, like, you can see there's, like, a little radioactive hazard. Like, that's not radioactive, but you see the hazard sign in the background behind all these bullets, and it's got, like, the sun on it. It's got a cat on it. I think the other one is, I think there's a bird on one of them. I don't remember. I'm not about to distract myself too hard to look. It's just like, man, Zun can really make all of these weird-ass patterns look so good. Oh yeah, straight up just a stock photo of a cat. No, my bad. Alright, here we go. Love this part. This part in, like, the higher level you're playing this game at, higher difficulty, like, those giant upper and lower bullets, those, like, get even closer together, giving you even less space to work with in this part. And it's so crazy. I could never play this game on lunatic mode, at least not anytime soon. Like, I think the only mainline Touhou game I haven't cleared on easy mode is Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom, because there is no easy mode. Like, it's got Lunatic in the title. Alright, final part, here we go. Gotta keep backing it up. Sorry if I go quiet, I am in need of concentration. We got her! She's down! The bird is down! We've done it! Easy mode clear. Let's go. I don't think that's my best score, but hey, I still cleared it. I've proven I can beat easy mode Touhou in one sitting, which is nice. Here's the ending. There's a little Mari Alice for you Mari Alice shippers in the chat. I'm not literate enough to read all of this, so I apologize. Which ending did we get? Which ending is this? Ending number 4. Very nice. Oh yeah, this is easy mode. It only gets harder from here. To unlock the extra stages in the majority of these games, you need to clear at least normal mode without having to use continues. What that means is after you run out of lives, you'll get what's called a continue, or you can keep playing, but like essentially from scratch, if that makes any sense. But if you use a continue, either way, you're sorry out of luck for unlocking that extra stage. I've never unlocked it. No, that's a lie. I have unlocked one extra stage. Once it was Perfect Cherry Blossom, I think? It's been a long time. It's been forever since I've played PCB as well, so... Anyway, I'll show you guys normal mode. Oh, that is my best score. Very nice. You can see all my other scores here, too. No drop frames. We love to see it. Save that in slot 4. Alright, and I'll show you guys normal mode. Now I'll let you guys pick. Should I do Marisa or Reimu or Marisa? Sorry, I still had Mari Alice on the brain, clearly. Do we want the red girl or the blue girl? I don't believe I can make a poll, and I don't think there's enough people here to justify a poll. Try Reimu? You know what? Sure, why not? I just played as Marisa, so I'll do Reimu A. I believe if that's not her homing one, then oh well. But I usually default Reimu is where she has some homing bullets to make things a little bit easier. Nope, it's not, but that's fine. Yeah, you can see right off the rip, these fairies are shooting like an even wider assortment of bullets. And usually about stage 2 is when I start to become a sweaty gamer in normal mode. I haven't had as much practice with it, I will fully admit that. By Kisume, everyone's favorite little girl who sits in a bucket all day. Power, give me power. the other kind of stinky thing about being bad at some of the higher difficulties is there's less opportunities to fly up towards the top of the screen. And what flying up towards the top of the screen will do is allow any like power or point cards that are floating around to just automatically come to you instead of having to, you know, make your way across the screen in order to grab them yourself. But, you know, with going up higher on the screen means there's more that you have to dodge. And I'm a little wimp who's too chicken to play chicken with the bullets, so... Alright, extend, that's good. Don't expect that to last me very long, though. Many, many bullets. Alright, stage 1 down. Stage 2, back at it again with Parsi. Alright, full power. Got all 4 of my orbs going. But yeah, you can see the reason I like kind of playing Marisa A by default is the fact that she kind of gets more of a spread with her, you know, she has more range with her just bullets in general. Whereas with Raimi, you just kind of, you're boxed in a little bit here, which means I kind of need to be a little bit more accurate, so I can't cheese things quite as much. This one's a little troubling because Parsi is lower on the screen compared to easy mode, so I need to really make good use of the space as this thing chases me around. Timer. If I can just time out, that's fine too. I'll just time out. That's what we do. That was being distracted by chat right there, I promise you. Like I said, stage 2, normal mode, is usually when I kind of get a little sweaty gamer mode. I'm gonna cheese this. Time's out, that's fine. Oh, just barely got her, nice. As you can see, a lot of the, like, spell cards and final boss fights, it's all on a timer. One of the nice things that you probably don't really notice at first about Touhou is that a lot of the stage and boss fights, like, they'll correlate to go along with the music. And it's just like a nice, subtle thing that you probably don't even notice at first glance. Oh, I'm doing real bad here. You can't cheese this one quite as much on normal mode, because the bullets get a little bit wider. go. Ah, yes, the enemies are playing a rhythm game. I mean, in a sense, yes, Touhou is a rhythm game. I don't know if any of you watch Games Done Quick at all, but a couple years back, I think it was Awesome Games Done Quick, not Summer Games. It might have been. No, I don't remember which one. But they had a guy on to play one of the Touhou games. I don't remember which one. It's one of the more recent ones. The one where you play as Kakusega, the upside down girl. You can pick the different stages. Oh my god, what was the title of that one? I don't know why it's leaving my brain. But anyway, he did a stage blindfolded. And the reason he was able to do it is purely by memorizing the audio in the game. So it's just like you position yourself and you nudge yourself across the screen very, very carefully to the sounds of the game. And you'll be able to dodge it. And he did this blindfolded. And it's like, while I understand how he did it, and he's a very good player, it's just like, I would never be able to do that. I'd be like, dead before... I'd be dead on the first bullet. Oh yeah, at the bottom of the screen, yes, there is an enemy indicator. It's another just nice little thing. I think that's been on there at least since Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. So yeah, it's just a nice like quality of life thing. EOSD being like the first of the Windows era games and source of the infamous Flandre Scarlet and Sakuya Izuyoi, you know, the Scarlet Mansion cast. It's a very old game at this point. Even this game is, oh my gosh, this came out in 2008? Maybe a little earlier? Let me in! I'm being a little bit liberal with my bullets here, so... My power is low. With my bombs, I should say. Power, please. Ooh, that's close. Oh good, a full power up, so I'm on my last life here. Cool. Oh no, 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 no. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. I'm just a humble little shrine maiden. Please, don't. Eek. No. Playing this card like I play fighting games, just pressing buttons and hoping for the best. Oh my god, I did it. That's rare. Death upon getting my extend. That's fantastic. Alright. At least that one is still easy on normal mode. It doesn't look it, but that one's a pretty easy one to get through. Back at it again, throwing hands with the cat. patterns on this stage are just so pleasing. You'd think you would get distracted, like having trouble trying to tell the difference between what is a point card and what is like an actual bullet coming towards you, but it's not as bad as it looks. Nice. Sometimes the tricky thing is you'll see the bullets that are coming right for you, and usually the method is to very slowly kind of creep your way across the screen, not go too far at a time. That way you'll have a better chance of the enemy bullets kind of ending before you reach the end of the screen, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. I'm bad at explaining this kind of stuff. But there's a method to all of this, and I don't quite have all that down yet. Nice extend. Alright, now normal mode with Satori cards that I'm a little less familiar with, so hopefully I don't get my shit absolutely rocked. I probably will. Yeah, I probably will. Alright, this one we know how to do. Nope. Forgot about those extra bullets. But yeah, you can see you're supposed to kind of stay in place before... Alright, there's my continue. So I will not unlock the extra stage. Oh well. Another thing I kind of dislike about subterranean animism is when you use a continue, it won't start you either back in place or from the boss fight. It starts you from the start of the stage. And it kind of gets very annoying having to go through all of this again, especially since it starts you back off with only 2 lives. But we deal with it. Again, I used to not be able to make it through Stage 5 easy mode. And here I am on needing my first continue at Stage 4 normal mode, and I'll consider that progress. This does not bode well. This really does not bode well. But gosh darn it if it isn't pretty to look at. Gosh darn it if it isn't pretty to look at. Alright, I think I get 3 more continues. You do get a limit on continues in normal mode, so after a certain time, it'll tell me, the game will essentially tell me to just give up and start from scratch. So, I more than likely will get to that point. I absolutely will get to that point. Alright, Odin. Here we go again. Blue bullets. Please, ma'am, I'm just trying to stop your bird from setting off the nukes. Pain. So much pain. But yeah, you can really see normal versus easy mode does make a world of difference. Great game, though. Great game, though. Oh, I love this game. I love this game. I love this. Guys, I love this game. Maybe next week I'll do maybe Unconnected Marketeers. That's the most recent, second most recent one. Well, I guess most recent full number title one. There is a like decimal point one that came after it. I don't know how to explain that to non-Touhou players. Basically, in between like full number title games, like 1, 2, 3, Zune will release like, I don't want to call it a spin-off, but like a related title kind of in just like the same era? I don't even call it an era. But either way, maybe next week I'll do Unconnected Marketeers, because I find it to be a lot of fun and very friendly to people who aren't necessarily good at Danmaku like me. Only downside to it is I'll need to rely on good old Touhou Wiki in order to translate a lot of the power-up cards. Oh wow, I actually got through that part without bombing. Alright. Small win, but I'll take it. I'll probably still get my shit rocked before the end of the stage again. Side story? I don't know if I'd call it a side story either. Because, I really... I guess it would be... I guess that would be the best descriptor of it, though, is side story. Is this my last continue? I really don't know how many I've gone through at this point. I'm not keeping track. I'm not about to keep track. I'm really not about to keep track. We meet again. So you'll notice sometimes my character on screen, in this case Greymoo, well now you can't see. Oh, I still have a continue. Okay. But you can see that I can hold shift and she'll like move slower. However, that also makes her hitbox bigger. When I am just not holding down shift, I move faster. Her hitbox is a lot smaller. You can't even really see it on her at all. But it also makes it, I feel, easier to run into bullets, or maybe I'm just chicken, but you know, holding shift, you get that circle on her, that's her hitbox. So she gets a wider hitbox, but you get like more focus when you're trying to maneuver through things. So you have to kind of find that happy medium of when to focus, when to not. Like, see, that bullet just kind of went right by me. That's how small my hitbox is. And the same kind of thing holds true for no matter what character you play as. And holding shift, at least in this case, will also bring my personal bullets in closer to me. Like, you can see my orbs are spinning around at like a wider range without it. and then closer to me, you know, they're brought in a little tighter. Whatever shift does in terms of your bullet pattern, that will change depending on which character you play and which game you're playing. There's a lot of really neat mechanics, like going back to my favorite, Imperishable Knight, you actually play in teams of 2. Like, you are a single player playing as 2 characters at once, essentially. And holding shift will let you basically toggle in between the 2 characters. So, in that game, I think I usually play as Remilia and Sakuya. So, I would, as a base, play as Remilia, but I could hold in shift to swap in Sakuya, and that will completely change the bullet patterns because, you know, Sakuya's whole shtick is throwing knives, and I think it changes their bomb too, if I remember correctly. It's admittedly been a while since I've played Imperishable Knight, despite it being my favorite. Alright, back at it again. Will I make it far? Nope. Pwn. Oh, I still have continues. What time is it? It is 4:06. Alright, I'll go for a couple more rounds and then I'll start to wrap up. Admittedly, I don't want to do too long of streams right off the rip. I'm not that kind of guy, and I want to, you know, go easy on myself. I'd also like to go for a walk at some point today, so I'm not sitting indoors all day. I'm not that kind of person. And also, before the sun goes down. So, yeah. Alright, so far so good. I expect that to change within a moment's time. This is bad. This is terrible. Okay, one more round and then I think I'll call it. At the very least, there, thought a little too hard and ran right into a bullet. But at the very least, Touhou games will have like practice stages where you can just go in and practice any spell card that I don't remember if it's either you've gotten to it or you've cleared it. One of the two, but either way, it does have a way to actually go in and practice individual spell cards, which is nice. One day I'll be as good at these games as my man Beat Mario, which, shoutouts Beat Mario. He's like basically president of the Touhou fan club. If you're familiar with classic hits like Help Me Aiden, that's your man. And that's a very fun song to do on rhythm games, because every single rhythm game that has it always keeps the back and forth arm motion in some way, which is so much fun. Like when you do it on Waka, it's just like you are doing the arm motion that you're supposed to do with the song. It's so much fun. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna call it here. So, let me just return to title. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you for the people who decided to watch today. Thank you for everyone who joined me today. I appreciate it. Good stream, thank you. Thank you, Moonman. Moonman999, shoutouts you. Hope you have a good day. And yeah, I don't know, is Orion still streaming? I don't know. I'm not about to check. If he is, go say hi. He's YouTube Orion Arktos, Twitch Orion Arktos. He was streaming Pokemon earlier, so if he's still doing that, go cheer him on, because he knows literally nothing about Scarlet and Violet, which is nice. Although he picked Fuecoco, which sucks, because now I feel like I can't pick Fuecoco when I eventually stream it. And I've already picked Sprigatito in my personal copy, which means now I'm probably stuck with the duck, which, no offense to the duck, I just really wanted to use Fuecoco. But someone's gotta even things out. Anyway, everyone have a nice afternoon. I'll go take that walk. Everyone else should go take walks too, or at least drink some water, stand up and stretch or something. And with that, good night, everybody.